Right, greetings everybody, Umber here today to do our JP News video. But before we get into that, let's shout out something major, which is not overly related to this game, but closely related to this game, which is FFBE global version is shutting down as of October 30th of this year. And to be fair, from what I have heard from people, because recently, such as today, apparently it's kind of been talked about for a little while. It's been, whispered and rumored and whatnot. And to be fair, yeah, I mean, the game has been going for a long time. I think it has had a particularly good run. It has been, FFB was a major thing for me in the past. I did a lot of videos about it and whatnot, and JP is still going for now, but for how much longer, who knows. Either way, it is kind of a shout out to the community who stuck with it for so long and those who left. And yeah, just a big reminder that these games are sunk cost fallacies, and eventually they will shut down, and that includes Wotv too. But that is not today. Today we have news and we have extra news. So first off, starting with the news, we knew that we were getting a glove-based magic user for the Trials of Mana collaboration. But as it turns out, we're getting two this time around. And not the other one's not from the Trials of Mana collaboration. Last year, about this time, Soul came out and was incredibly powerful, so we're going to see if history repeats itself with another incredibly strong mage. And this could be the last really, truly uber strong character before Anniversary. Or let me put it this way, before Anniversary characters show up and kind of invalidate the last couple months because of power jump. Just a thought. But anyway, let's talk about Sadali. So Sadali is a glove user. He has a new main job. He is also sporting, looks like Grimoire Master, as well as Blade Soul. My iconography is correct. He's also an Earth Elemental 100 cost mage. So, two 100 cost glove users in a single week is a very big power spike for gloves, but it's also very expensive. So let's take a look and see if he's actually worth it. So Limit Burst does have a follow-up attack on it that is non-elemental. Range is pretty good. It is a large AoE. And it does two other things. It does two things. First was the follow-up attack that it will cast, which is non-elemental. The second thing is a damage reduction for this character that basically is removed after 2 hits. So nice little bit of survivability, and it is extra large damage, so pretty strong by the looks of it. Next ability that we have is another AoE attack. This AoE attack does affect accuracy of the characters that get hit by it. Now, I can't remember if this is exactly for darkness or not. It might be darkness, but either way, the accuracy effect on it will affect hits after. And other than that, it also removes magic damage reduction buffs on the enemy for wider the attack style auras, which is pretty nice because this guy is going to be doing some AoE attacks. Whether or not it will be good enough damage, we'll wait and see. But secondary effect on it is it will cast another ability which will heal allies for a small portion of HP, but generally pretty nice to do two things at once. Last ability is pretty major too for this character, as it gives grants Human Killer, increases debuff weakening resistance, and increases hit rate. Well, creates a barrier around self that reduces damage 4 times, both physical and magical, and allies will gain the ability absorbs a portion of the HP damage dealt. So yeah, pretty strong support skill. It does a lot for Sadali, obviously powering him up, making him harder to kill and harder to debuff. but the, the giving that to allies as well is very, very strong, and I'm curious to see whether or not it is good enough to push this character being really strong, because as an earth element, he has to get over one of the strongest wind characters we've ever seen in the game in a very, wind dependent meta right now. Yeah, we'll see if Shrek has anything to say about this guy. But master ability is also magic attack resistance penetration rate and AoE attack resistance. It looks pretty good on paper, but he's got a lot to prove. Now, joining him will be a fire elemental mage, the flame sorcerer, who is another glove type user who has the devout as well as spy, which is an interesting combination. It could make him just an annoying evasion splash character into parties. Don't know, but it certainly is a possibility. Now, taking a look at this character's skills, we already kind of know about it, but just in case, increase magic damage to self, or for self, for 3 turns, deals magic damage extra large to targets within range, guaranteed hits, and increases the power for more targets up to 3. So a very, very powerful limit burst by the looks of it. Second ability is an attack that lowers spirit for 3 turns, deals 2 damage, and depending on his HP, if it is below 60%, he recovers HP, and if it's above 60%, his magic power is significantly increased for 1 turn, which is very good. And then our last ability grants Protect and Shell to allies within range centered around self for 4 turns, grants an effect that reduces damage taken the wider the attack range, automatically recovers HP when incapacitated, so re-raise, increases own CT after re-raise, and greatly reduces attack ability activation for 4 turns. So I don't know if I can really pick between these two characters which seems strong. I assume that they are supposed to be used together and quite strong in combination. I'm not overly convinced that this will be the best winning pair because we haven't seen either of these kits, but for now it does look like a serious uptick in terms of glove damage, and I don't think with this week that older glove users will be too much of a consideration, but we'll see. So that is that, and then we also have our master ability, which is new. Self single target attack resistance up by 15, and reaction block rate of 20 for pretty simplistic to himself, but whatever. And next up is the vision card, and the hollow vision card, which is a katana for katana users. So Sephiroth still in the conversation, and the combination with these two characters, spears, staffs in terms of devout, and glove users, of course. For equipping this VC, party-wise, will get increased slash attack resistance and increase magic attacks, which isn't too bad. And also at max level will increase debuff resistance. Quest only will get an increase to resistance penetration to AoE attacks. Unit that has this equipped will have speed. And then for quest only, a couple extra bonuses to deal with looks like AoE attack. Lost my note here, so I'll just quickly try and make sure. Yeah, increased resistance to AoE attacks and mental penetration rate of 3. I have to say that out of everything that has been revealed today, it's kind of tough between the two if you could only choose one. I can see a case where this character might just be really good on the mage team with wind, and I can see a condition where earth would be good with ice or water, giving a lot of flexibility to where these characters can go. They are looking very strong, and only time will tell what ends up being best. But this week, should be more of a meta shaker than the previous. All right, into the month of September, there will be, of course, daily logins. And check out this. We got this. A story event, no less, with Exia and Sadali, and a couple of new characters by the looks of it, with a new weapon for Sadali, which will be the second glove we are getting this week, because we have one for Sadali, and also, wait for it, one for our new Flamey Boy. So flame on, fellow Hotman. As for guild battle, fire and earth will get bonuses, and yeah, that's basically it for now. So there you go. There's the news for JP. Of course, we will have previews once everything goes up, and we will test out the characters and see if any is worth your hard saved resources. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Oh, and one final note that I probably shouldn't need to mention when it comes to Sadali, but just in case, Sadali is permanent. Flame Sorcerer is not. See you later.